eMedical Manager Dental allows you to send orders to the laboratory. To do this, we need to go to Settings first. And in Settings, you will click on Link to Laboratories. And then you will select in the list the laboratories you want to work with. When you select one lab, like our Dental Lab Test, you can send an email to them and they will receive the email telling them that you want to be linked with them. If your lab is not in the list, you click on Add your dental lab to the list. You click here, and doing that, you will fill this small form with your name, Dr. whatever, name of the dental lab, name of the responsible person you're in touch with at the lab, the telephone number of the dental lab, and the email address of the dental lab. And when you save, it will be sent to Unpa Medical, and Unpa Medical is going to be in touch with the lab you want to be linked with. In this case, we click here, we add a link to our dental lab, it's recorded successfully, and then we go back to the main menu. In the main menu, in the blue buttons, you can add orders to the laboratory. When you click here, you add a new order. You will then select the lab you are working with. You will get the list of your preferred labs. You select the name of the dentist who is taking the order, the name of the patient, Mark Miller, let's say. The date is done by default, today. The word description is we want to make 2 zircon crowns. This is an open command because all the fields are going to be freezed when you will save that. So be careful to fill everything before you save. But these open commands will allow you to add more things and allow the lab to do all the same. So now on the number of units, you click here. On this chart, you are going to select the teeth on which you want to make the zircon crown. You have the FDI numbering system or the US numbering system. Whatever you want to do, you click here or there. Then you select, and automatically you have the teeth number and the number of units, which is going to be displayed here. Then on Framework Full Anatomy, you select what you want to do, zircon, and this list is up to your own settings, so you can add more if you want. The layering in case you have different layers, which is not the case in zircon. And about the shades, you can write, let's say, A2, or you can choose a file, or you can click and drag a file. So here I have the file I want to drag, and this is a shading picture. If I want to do the shade in the lab, I can click here, and I send impression, I send the opposite impression, I send whatever I am doing here, and I can customize this list also. If I want to be called before processing the lab work, then I tick here, and this is my telephone number, and the lab is going to call me directly. And then I select the stage if I want that to be finished for, let's say, 31st, and should be delivered at 9 o'clock. If I want to add several appointments on the same, then I can give plus and select several stages. All this is done now, and I can send an email, and I can save the order, and the order will be saved, and an email will be sent to the dental lab telling them to look at the orders because they will have an application showing all the orders of all their customers. Or I can send a save directly, I save, and this is doing the same on the side of the dental lab. I'm going to close this part, and we are going to check what's happening in the dental lab.